If you're walking your dog and you're worried about your dog getting attacked while it's on the leash in a place where leashes are supposed to be put on dogs, what do you do if there's a dog going to attack you? And the reason I went into this is because I got a letter from a pet sitter. She was taking the course that I teach, and what she said is that when I'm walking dogs, I always have them on leash because she always obviously wants them controlled. And she says, but if I see a dog coming towards me that I think might be scary or threatening, she gets the leash and ties it to a tree and then backs off. And that is, her words are, I'm going to protect myself before I get hurt trying to defend a dog. And so, great for a pet sitter, but the main thing is, this is not the situation you want to get into. And if you're the dog owner, I don't think what you're going to do is tie it to a tree and then run away. So the question is, what can you do in this situation? Because people will have loose dogs, and even though they're supposed to be on leashes and such, they're going to be loose and they're going to come over and say hi to your dog. And you can have two outcomes. One is that, hey, they're best of friends and they want to just roll together and play and have a wonderful time, or there's going to be an issue between them. And unfortunately, if you have the smaller dog, it's usually the other one that's going to just do that deep growl, and then you think, oh, I'm in trouble here. Okay? So, how can you avoid this from happening? Well, one, of course, is never go to those places, but that really limits where you can walk your own dog. So the other side is to go there, but be prepared. And there's a couple of things that you can do. One, of course, is that if the dog starts coming, you start yelling at it. And just by being loud, obnoxious and such, it may scare the other dog to back away or keep its distance. But the other side is maybe the owner's out there who's going to come and save the day. So that's one way of doing it. You know, and certainly if you've got a little tiny dog and you're worried, hey, make the noise you want. Similar to that, you can go to a store like a Canadian Tire or something like that sells hardware, and you can get actually air horns. And these are the ones that are used on boats and things like that. And you'll see them at some of the games and whatever where people are just making noise. But you can get ones that are actually about this long with a little horn on the top, and it's just a compressed air cartridge. It'll fit in your pocket. And people around my area, what they have them for is bear. And that is, if you're worried about a bear coming along, you can just hit that thing and it usually scares the bear and you're totally fine. You can use that on dogs. You can do the same thing exactly. So if you have that in your pocket, you have it ready to go, bingo. If a dog starts coming towards you, just wait till they're getting close enough and then hit it. Make sure you got good hold of your dog too. You don't want to scare that one away from you. But that way you can get them away. Now the other thing you can do, and this was brought up by Mike, he did some work for BC Hydro saying how can they prevent dog bites. It's the same thing. You've got a dog coming towards you, what do you do for it? Well, what you use is an umbrella. And you get ones that are really small that come in little packages almost. And what you do then, if the dog's coming towards you, you simply do this. And what that does is that it will scare a lot of dogs, but you can also use it to keep them away. And you can just move it around. This is kind of like the bullfights with the matador, using the red cape and things. You can use a black umbrella. And that way, you can use that as your weapon, keeping the dog away. Nobody gets hurt. And hopefully, in that time, you're going to have someone who's going to control the dog that is thinking about attacking you. So, some little thoughts for you. If you've got a friend who walks their dogs, pass this on to them, tell them to watch this, and that way we can just try and keep as many dogs as we can safe.